Thanks for coming in today to hear me speak. You are walking on the beach. It is a beautiful sun-filled day with a bright blue sky. You breathe in moist, warm air. You hear children splashing and laughing all around and see people tanning and relaxing. As you walk, you see the lifeguards in their towers and definitely admire the view of their golden, lean, muscular bodies. The sand is getting a little too warm under your feet, so you decide to approach the water's edge. You look out to the ocean with its beautiful power. It sparkles like diamonds, and you take in the mighty roar of the waves. You feel the waves splash against your feet, and the water is warm and as clear as bath water. You dig your feet into the sand, curling wads of sand between your toes. You're thinking to yourself, you're one of the luckiest people in the world to be in this beautiful spot on this beautiful day. Mother Nature smiles upon you, and you're awestruck by the beauty of nature. But wait, all of a sudden you feel something striking the top of your foot. You smile and think to yourself, I bet it's a beautiful seashell that I'll be able to add to my collection. You look down with cheerful anticipation, and instead of that perfect seashell for your collection, you see a plastic bottle lapping against your foot. Instantaneously, you feel repulsed and disgusted. When your ew feeling washes over you, you wonder to yourself, where did this disgusting thing come from? Then you think, why is it here? When I try to answer my own question, I came to the conclusion that each one of us is part of the problem, and we need to do something about it. At Hamilton College in Clinton, New York, I was privileged to hear Al Gore speak. His talk about the environment and the damage that each of us are doing to Mother Earth inspired me to become more informed about the world's clean water issues and how each of us contribute to the destruction of it each and every day. Since the commencement of human history, people have explored various conditions to accomplish the goal of getting water from its source to their settlements. Even as early as 4000 BCE in ancient India, their writings revealed that they recognized and recommended drinking water treatments such as filtration through charcoal, exposing water to sunlight, boiling and or straining it to improve water safety. In 400 BCE, Hippocrates, a Greek physician also known as the father of medicine, supported the claim that good quality water is needed to maintain a healthy lifestyle, and he suggested boiling and filtering drinking water. Historians such as Ramsay in 2010 noted that as far back as the height of the Roman Empire, 312 BCE, aqueducts that traveled 57 miles to reach a civilization were designed, labored, and built for the purpose of bringing and distributing clean water to the Roman people. In the 1800s, the American frontier was settled, and the settlers as well as the American Indians recognized that life was sustained by fresh, non-contaminated water sources. It was not until over 100 years later that the first water quality standards for drinking water were developed in the federal government in the United States. The United States began to recognize the contamination of fresh fish hatcheries and its impact on public health. And in 1959, the U.S. passed legislation that controlled the pollution of water from farming fish. In the 1970s, the Clean Water Act was signed into law and regulated the discharge of pollutants into the water. At the same time, a site just over 100 miles from our home, called the Love Canal, Buffalo, New York, was discovered to have been a dump site for chemical waste and was leaking into local drinking water supply, causing multiple cancer outbreaks. Just this morning on NBC News, it was reported the residents of Long Island, New York, have concerns because 16,000 to 18,000 cars parked after Superstorm Sandy were leaking chemicals in their drinking water. As the government and the American people attempted to regulate waste and contamination of drinking water sources, some companies searched for ways to move water. According to Ramsay, American companies started to pump water and sold it in glass bottles. But after the plastic revolution of the mid-20th century, plastic became the more exceptional option. Do you know how many plastic water bottles get thrown in the trash every year? Approximately 50 billion plastic water bottles end up in U.S. landfills each year. This number breaks down to 140 million each day. The plastic issue is not exclusive to the United States. It's a worldwide problem. Did you know that currently there's a growing garbage patch of plastic estimated to be more than twice the size of Texas floating in the North Pacific Ocean today as I speak? According to the Environmental Conservation Law of 1971, legislation known as the Bottle Bill became law. This Bottle Bill allows for each container to be valued at a 5 to 10 cent deposit on plastic beverage containers. This law was intended by the American government to ensure a high rate of recycling and eventual reuse. Bottle bills conserve energy and natural resources, creating new businesses and jobs, reduce waste disposal, and reduce the litter end up in landfills every year. We contribute 40 to 60% of all litter in the United States with drinking beverage bottles alone. Each time a plastic bottle is manufactured, it contributes more greenhouse gas emissions into our breathing atmosphere. Every time that we recycle a water bottle, we are actively helping to reduce the energy needed to produce new containers. Since the enactment of the bottle bill, it is disturbing to think that only 11 states have put a 5 to 10 cent deposit on plastic beverage containers. They are Maine, Massachusetts, California, Connecticut, Hawaii, Iowa, Michigan, Oregon, Vermont, and our very own state of New York. Water bottles are made from PET or polyester, which is the most common plastic used for bottles that need to be discarded. Once you have replaced your plastic drinking bottle, the crushed bottles are sent to a factory, compressed, formed into bales, and presented for sale to recycling companies. Once sold, this PET waste is frayed into minute fragments, and these fragments can be put into production and used in the making of items such as carpets, clothing, and pillows. Even the shirt I have on today was made from recycled plastic drinking bottles. Soon our future children will ask themselves, what were our parents thinking? Why didn't they realize that they were part of the problem and get up and do something about it when they had the chance? So next time you drink water from a plastic bottle, think before you drink.